Good afternoon. My name is Ray Johnson and I'm the sales advisor with Kensington Place, part of Aspira Retirement Communities. It comes with great pleasure today to meet and talk with Rose and with Milton. Rose is going to tell us the story of her life being a Holocaust survivor and let us all know what had brought her through that and how she came to join us here at Kensington Place. It is my honor to introduce Rose. Rose, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. It's a big honor to me that I can tell the story. The survivors are dwindling and they're dying out, and nobody will be able to tell the story for the 6 million Jews. And we don't let it forget. I was in Auschwitz.
As I said, Rose, it's such a great honor for you to allow me to be a part of this.
Thank you so much.
Rose, again, I wanted to thank you for talking to me today. Can you tell me about you and where you come from?
I am from Lithuania, from the Baltic states. Then the name of the city was Kovno, and that was like Yerushalayim Delita. That was the best place in the world. Even Israel before the war, they knew about Kovno ghetto. They knew about that. The high official came there, and we had the man. He was in the prayer. What was his name? I just flew in a minute. I'll remember his name. Kosevitsky. He was a chazan, a cantor, and he was the best from all the Jewish people, the best, Kosevitsky. We had a wonderful life. I went to Hebrew day school, Yavne, for girls, and then they had a separate for boys. And the president from Kovno ghetto, he was wonderful to the Jewish people. He loved the Jewish people. He was not a Jew. He was a Gentile. And what we had there, nobody in the world could live in a lifetime where I was there. And I was the best students in school, and my principal, the wife, went in 1934, she went to America, to New York, because all her relatives were in South Africa, and she couldn't go to South Africa. So the South African people, her relatives, came to New York to meet her. Then she found out that I'm alive, and she came to Toronto, and she was so happy. Oy Rochale, I'm so happy. I don't know how many students are alive from Kovno, from Yavne school. Nobody told us, but when we were in Washington, everybody had a table. I was from Lithuania, the other ones from Poland, the others from Latvia, the others from Estonia, and everybody told their story. Everybody. So the people knew what happened to the 6 million Jews.
So, Rose, can you tell me what your family life was? What was your family like before the Holocaust?
My father, he was like a rabbi, but he had to feed. Here, a rabbi makes a lot of money, but in Lithuania, they didn't make no money. But he had 3 daughters, and he had to feed us. So he became a salesman for the cosmetics to give it to the barbers. And I went with him. It was in the galleys, and I didn't want he should carry because he had a weak heart. So I went with them to the barbers, and I gave him the gallon, and he said, we'll pay you in 3 weeks. I said, no, 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 no. You have to pay now. He has $3 to feed, and we need the money now. And I helped him, but when he passed away, he was only 38 years old, and nobody was in the little foyer, and I wasn't there. And then I got nearly a heart attack that they told me they took my father in the hospital, but it was too late. He passed away before they took him to the Jewish hospital. And then we have no sons, and we have to say Kaddish, the prayer for a year, in the morning and in the evening. And they didn't want to let me say it, and I said, I'm a young girl, I'm clean, and you must let me to go to say. So they let me to say for 11 months. And when I went to Auschwitz, I saw my father in my eyes that nobody should put me in the gas chambers. He was right with me. I was so, when I came in with my mother on the arm in Auschwitz, near the gas chamber, they said, we don't burn anymore. They should only burn in hell, the Germans. But I was lucky they didn't touch me. And then they ask you the ages. How old are you? How old is the boy? How old this? I told them, say you're older, that they send you to work. From the Auschwitz, they will tell you, go and dig the ditches. I wish I could bury them there in the ditches. Anyways, we finished and they let us go. Now, where are we going? Where are we? We didn't even know where we are. So we came to a big place. It was not warm, but it was with a roof. And the Germans went to a brewery and they got drunk and they say, now is our time to get punished. You are free, like the Jewish people are free. I went there with my mother and my sister. They gave us a little bit to eat. We nearly died from hunger. So I took a risk, and another lady from Lithuania, from my city, she left a little girl, 3 years old, with a Gentile lady in Lithuania. She left her. And she said, watch my little girl, when I'll be alive, I'm going to give you everything in life. I'll pay you. Anyways, so now the girl says to me, Rose, let's go. It was slippery and it was a lot of snow. And when you go, they would know that somebody went because your feet, you put. So they know that somebody went away. We came in a little village, and it was with a very poor little house, the straw on the roof. I said, there, the Russians or the Germans will not come there. It's too poor for them. All of a sudden, the war was over, the Russians came, and they wanted to touch me. So my mother opened up to put me right away in the basement because I was only 16 years old and I was a virgin and they shouldn't touch me. Now, what the lady said, I haven't got where to keep you. I haven't got what to give you. I says, we'll give it to you. Now I left my mother in that big stable, and my sister. And the lady, when she left a little girl in Lithuania, she said she had a mother there. She said she's not going. She is afraid somebody would shoot her random. So I says, no, if my mother is not alive, I have nothing to live for, I'm going. While you have afraid, and somebody came towards you, you were shaking like a leaf because you think that somebody sent to catch me because I went away from the big stable, you know. Anyways, I came in and I went on a ladder, and right away, ta 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 ta. I said, don't ta ta ta. I had a freight for the Jewish couple. I says, if you're gonna tell for the Jewish people that I went away, then the Jewish people will kill you. You don't say on your own people that I was away. So we came in there. I took my mother, I took my sister, and my sister had a girlfriend, and she started to cry. So I took her too, and I took the lady's mother. We coming back to the same little house, and she's ripping out her hair. I haven't got what to keep you. I haven't got what to give you. I said, don't worry. Be well, I'll give it to you. Don't worry. So my mother, she said, I can't take it anymore. The lies in the hair made her that she doesn't want to live anymore. She couldn't take it. I says, Mama, the war is nearly over. Have a little patience. It's another couple weeks and we're gonna be free. And I talked to her and she listened to me. I'm telling you what I lived through. If not for me, nobody would be alive. Nobody.
Rose, how and where did you get the strength from to make it through all this?
God was with me and my father was praying for me that I should be able to go through my capacities, what I went through.
Rose, again, I just want to say what an honor it is to hear. It's unimaginable what you have survived through.
And a lot of people from Poland, they had the same thing, but one city, and it was a name Litzmannstadt Lodge. They didn't touch one Jew there because the name was a German name, so they didn't touch it. They were the luckiest people. But in other places, everybody went to the Auschwitz and everybody perished. But I'm telling you what I lived through. I can't begin to tell you how strong I was to go through the atrocities.
Rose, I just wanted to say thank you so much for sitting down with me and telling me your story.
My pleasure.
You are such a joy to have here at Kensington Place, as all of our residents in our community. I wanted to say a special thank you, Rose, and I wanted to present a dozen roses for Rose.
Thank you very much. It's very nice of you.
It is such a joy to
You
hear
are a
your
gentleman
story.
and a scholar.
Rose, I do have one last question before we go.
Okay.
Can you tell me why it's so important that these stories continue to be told?
Because if the survivors are dwindling, if nobody will tell the story, that will fly away. Nobody will know what happened to the 6 million Jews. That's why we don't have to forget it, we have to tell it.
Rose, you were so correct in saying that. And I just wanted to say to everyone that has the pleasure of watching this, thank you so much for hearing Rose's story.
They are survivors.
As Rose is saying, she is one of many that live here in our beautiful community that are a survivor of the Holocaust and the horrible, horrible events that took place. Thank you for taking the time to watch.
They are from Poland, I was from Lithuania, but all survivors.
Thank you for taking the time to watch and to hear our stories. Have a good day.